Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where we play games, game design. We're back with more Final Fantasy 15. And, you know, I don't think anyone can really see much below your shoulders, but...
Alright.
So, are we just never going to fix the regalia?
What? That's stupid.
Actually, does the regalia ever stop working, aside from, like, running out of gas?
That's a good question.
Oh no. Why do I ask these things? I feel like I'm inviting danger.
Well, it may be a force heater, but somebody could sit in the center there. And I think that person should be danger.
I like the idea of you driving while, like, just looking top down at the car, like, I'm driving. Perfect. Did you see that? Noctis was like, man.
I actually like how they portrayed this part of the story.
Or the radio.
But once again, this is one of those moments where if you didn't watch Kingsglaive, a lot of this makes no sense to you.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch Kingsglaive, right? But I think it still kind of added some context. So I don't think you guys will be able to hear it because we keep the game audio kind of low, just so we don't get slapped with copyright strikes on YouTube. But basically, it's an interview with Luna Freya, which is the to-be-wed to Noctis. And she's talking about how, like, she's going to maintain her duties even after the marriage. And how it's kind of like integrated into the treaty, the peace treaty between the nations. So it's a good moment. It gives a lot of context. Obviously, like, if you've seen Kingsglaive, maybe it shows you a little bit more, or shows you, like, kind of where things are in the story in relation to Kingsglaive.
I think that if you don't watch Kingsglaive... Oh, he sat back down. I think if you don't watch Kingsglaive, then you don't really know who she is. So it kind of... I feel like that part takes away from it.
It's true, actually. I mean, they kind of tell you who she is. And you get a little bit of extra context when you meet that dog that's carrying the book, you know? And you know Noctis is supposed to be getting married, so the assumption is that that's the same person that you're supposed to be wed to.
Holy cow! Whoa, that was great! Oh, man.
So you... I love that that person is just like, well, I like that their cars don't break, though.
Oh.
So you can mod your car, right, and make it, like, I know this, you start off making it more fuel efficient, but can you make it faster? I wonder if you can make it fast enough to actually, like, propel the car.
I don't know. I mean, I know that there's, I don't know, but I have the feeling that they're going to, like, make some crazy mods to it towards, like, it can fly or something like that.
Actually,
I don't know. But...
That is a thing.
Okay.
I've seen some funny YouTube compilations of, like, people being like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 15, my flying car, this is so great, they did such a good job making this, and, like, meanwhile the video is them, like, the wing gets caught on a tree and they flip out and everything burns to the ground. I think it was what was his name? Donkey?
Oh, yeah, that does sound like something Donkey would do.
He's pretty funny.
I can see the shield right there, mister, and I would like to buy that.
Give me that. That's not for sale. This is a shop, is it not?
You are putting it on display?
Like, why is this here?
Fine, I don't want to buy your potpourri anyway.
It's like, oh, that's display only? Like, why is it on display if you don't have more?
What are you trying to display? All I want to do is fish, but we have to go do the thing, and then we can come back and fish later.
I love the fishing.
I like the fishing too.
Ooh, if
Final Fishing 15.
We'll probably have time, but this might be a good episode to talk about the mini games in this, which considerably the photography is a mini game, even if it doesn't play like one. But it's kind of like, I guess it really plays more like a side quest.
Yeah, I don't really know.
But it's as prevalent in the game as you want it to be.
I love this.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It fills me with wonder.
I wonder how the graphics quality plays on the PS4 Pro, because there are a lot of moments in this game where I'll like, you know, I'll get somewhere a little too fast and you kind of notice that the textures are streaming in like a little delayed.
Yeah. Oh. All right, and here's where it begins. And by where it begins, I mean his name is Suspicious Stranger. There's just this is the beginning of the what the hell is going on part of the story, and I don't mean like in any good way where it's like, ooh, the mystery. I mean more like, how do we not know who this guy is and what he does? And by the way, that was actually really cool. I was really impressed with that part of the writing, because it's like, that shows how good of a guard he is, that he wouldn't even let a coin land on Noctis.
Well, yeah. I totally agree. I think that was super smart. Because it goes to show that they're ready at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what it is. Yeah, so...
And that Noctis is kind of like a...
I know we talked over that, but basically what happened is, like, this guy comes around and he's like, oh, the fairies aren't taking anyone right now, and also, oh, haven't you heard that this is what's going on? And you're like, what? Who are you? Why are you telling me this? Why should we care what you have to say? And then he's just like, all right, later.
I'm a man of no consequence. I do not believe you.
Here's a coin.
Yeah. We just got the intricate coin, and then where's the other one? Is it
I think it's
over here, maybe. Why won't you let me jump past
I
it?
think it's on the table, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Oracle Ascension coin, and
Which
that
I still don't know what that does.
I don't either, but it's just a weird point to put both of those coins next to each other, and you have no idea what either of them do.
Yeah, and that's why, like, when he threw that coin at me, I was like, oh.
I mean, this is very typical of Final Fantasy, though, because there's always at least one place that's, like, ridiculously expensive. And you're like, oh, well, what happens if I stay here?
You get 2 times experience, that's what.
Metal scrap.
I mean, to be fair, so far as I've played in the game, which is not very far, this is the only place I know of that gives 2 times experience. But it's a very exponential growth. Like, if you get like 1.2% EXP increase, it's like 30 gil.
And then all of a sudden it's like 1.5, 300.
Well, yeah, 1.5 is...
Oh man, this guy's gonna mess up my back. He's gonna mess up my back, and he'd never touch me. Alright, yep, this is weird. This is just a weird scene.
It's not how massages work.
And then he's
or chiropractic, whatever the word is.
I'm not really sure.
I never discovered that, actually.
You've not developed your clicky
You know what that gives me flashbacks?
Where you just like click on everything around you until you find something?
Well, I do that. Well, actually, I guess I don't do that, but... You know what that gives me flashbacks to? It gives me flashbacks to Final Fantasy X-2. There's a massage scene that's a little over-sensual. I remember playing it in a room full of, like, parents. And I was a kid at that point, and people were just like, what is this? What are you playing in my house?
They're like, oh, this is really
this
weird.
is not what the rest of the game is like.
What's this about the port closing? Yeah.
Oh man, it's like exactly what that strange person said to us. Dang it.
Well, I guess he's trustworthy. Because he wasn't lying to us. And going for a dip.
I do find it interesting that they don't let you swim at all.
Not until you have the right feet.
But at the same time too, like, imagine you could jump in the water here and you would like swim around and be like, I wonder what I could find, and find nothing, and be like, why did I spend all this time doing this?
Oh yeah, because then people would be like, well, I'm gonna have to dive to every surface of the water here. Whoa.
Oh. Is this a photo spot? Or you're just hanging out? I didn't discover this either, man.
Well, that was a good time, Jack. with these giant monster crabs in the background. Such a nice time. Yeah. Look at that composition.
Their system of handling LODs in this game, which is level of detail, is pretty smart. Like, you can kind of see it right now in the mountains because it's pretty low level of detail. But I feel like they did it really well in making this game seamless because the way they stream textures and handle LOD loading is perfect.
That's fair.
I think they refined it very well for the PS4, which is probably the main advantage to being a console exclusive, is you really only have to worry about one piece of hardware.
Here we go. This guy.
According to my sources, the Empire given strict orders
I'm your stereotypical photographer paparazzi guy.
Right, Prince Noctis?
Like,
Name's Dino.
My name's Dino. Nobody else in this world talks like this.
he's like a mobster, but
Surely you didn't think it'd go unnoticed.
Yeah, it was a little skinny tie there.
For you, this reporter has integrity. If you want to remain incognito, I'll respect your wish. In exchange for a favor.
yes, integrity.
Stand my ground.
Ooh.
I don't owe you anything. Wait, we mustn't rub it the wrong way.
Well. Oh yeah, I forgot about
Oh.
that. Yeah, good job. Good for you, Ignis.
Here.
For like standing up for or making a choice for Noctis.
Yeah.
Weird. Did you
I
do
feel
that in
about
your
that.
playthrough?
Actually, I think I did.
Go on your mission.
And he got a little ahead of my party, because there was another scene where he also gets some extra experience.
Do this, and your ship will come in. Don't, and the papers will run you out of town. Capiche?
Oh, capiche.
Because he's Italian. I found that character so... Like, I'm not upset about him. I'm just confused by him.
He is a... I was discussing this with our friend Nick. He's kind of a RPG character. Like, if you were to play a tabletop RPG, you're like, you know, I want to make a reporter, but I need something to do in my off time. So, like, I don't know. I was thinking jeweler.
Well, even for the character design, right? They're like, okay, we need a reporter. We're going to take a stereotypical, like, archetype of a character. The Italian mobster. But he's not going to be a mobster. He's going to be a reporter.
We gotta make it more detailed and more like a real person.
But he secretly wants to be a jeweler.
But of course, the only way he knows how to do this is to bribe you, or not bribe you, to blackmail you into doing it. Oh, and this is the scene where we get to find out that the character can not only talk to cats, but also likes animals.
That's what I thought. Hold on a sec. I'll find you something.
I mean, to be fair, this is one of the few moments early game where we see Noctis being a good human being.
Yeah, instead of being like, I hate life.
Like, ugh, I don't care what you have to say.
Well, now I've got to go fishing.
Maybe Noctis just cares about animals more than humans.
You know, there are a lot of people in the world that could agree with that.
I don't necessarily disagree with them.
So, what was I gonna say? I don't know. What should our question today be? Because we are about at that time.
Yes. Question of the day. I guess I didn't talk a ton about LODs and texture streaming.
The weird character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was gonna get to that. I guess maybe just what are your thoughts on the what's his name?
Dino.
Dino. What are your thoughts on Dino and their choice of using him for the role in this game? He basically becomes a side quest.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could probably broaden it more, and because there's also the man of no consequence, and there's like the main character who doesn't seem to like people but really likes animals. Like, what do you think about like
the character choices?
The character, yeah, just overall the character choices so far.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty fair.
Yeah. Oh, Gladio wants to show us this this thing. All right. Thanks, Gladio.
Like a kid.
Get out of my way. All right. Until next time. We're gonna fish next time. It's gonna be great.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.